welcome back to our channel. I know you're here because you'd like to know the cost of renewing your British passport, the changes that has just recently occurred. If that's why you're here, you're in the right place. Keep watching. Apparently, BBC is calling April 2025 an awful April. Yes, they have a reason for saying that, and I'll tell you the reason in a minute, but I disagree with them because I believe in power of positive speaking and the power of the tongue. So I call it an amazingly awesome April, actually. But they call it an awful April because they say that everything is going to increase. So the cost of tax will increase, the cost of your water bill, your light bill, and now His Royal Majesty Passport Office have just announced that the cost to applying for a British passport, whether you're in the UK or outside the UK, whether it's a new passport application or a renewal, is going to also increase. So that's why we're here. I'm going to be breaking down this increase and letting you know, based on where you are, what the changes will be for you. I would like to state that this change to the cost will be effective from the 10th of April 2025. So if you're watching this video before the 10th of April, the cost will still be the old cost, but from the 10th of April 2025, the new charges will apply. Basically, for every category of passports, British passport that you're applying for, whether you're an adult or a child, there will be an increase. Generally, the increase is between 6% to about 7.25%. So, but it all depends on what type of application you're making and where in you're making the application from. So I will break all this down. So just listen really carefully. As you can see, this is the breakdown showing the different types of application you can make for a British passport, the old fees, the new fees for adults and children, and also the difference in the costs, like how much more will you be paying basically in pounds. And because I'm a data person, I decided to put the percentage increase as well, but we're not going to focus too much on that. I will just do a run through the 5 types of applications and the increase in costs for the adult fees and the children fees. So our standard online UK application, it used to be £88.50 and it's going to be £94.50. So basically just an increase. I don't know if I should say just, because it's a lot of money for some people depending on their circumstance, but yeah, it's going to be a £6 increase. And if for children, that standard online application used to be £57.50, but going forward after the 10th of April, it will be £61.50. For postal application within the UK, it used to be £100, but the new fee will be £107. So it's an increase of £7, as you can see. If it's a child doing a postal UK application, it used to be £69. Going forward, it will be £74. So that's a £5 increase. Going on to the big boy, that's premium service. This is a one-day application people make to get their British passport. If you're in a dire situation, there's an urgent need to travel and things like that, most people cough out the money. It used to be £207.50, and this one I think has the highest increase in pounds, because it goes from £207.50 to £222 for adults. But guess what? Percentage wise, it wasn't too bad. The increase was only about 6.99% increase, but obviously because the original cost was higher, the change in the money was also higher, if you get what I mean. And for children, the premium service is going to increase from £176.50 to £189, which is an increase of £12.50. Okay, if you're applying for the UK passport from out with the UK, that's if you're overseas and you're applying, the cost used to be £101 if you're applying online, but it's going to be £108 going forward. If your child's applying out with the UK, so if they're applying from a different country, for instance, it's going to be now £70. It used to be £65.50. If you're doing a standard paper application with the UK, that cost used to be £112.50, but it's going to be increasing to £120.50. That's like an £8 increase. And if it's a child applying from outside the UK but not an online application, they're doing the paper one, it was £77. And from the 10th, again, remember this is starting from the 10th of April 2025. That cost is, and if it's a child applying from outside the UK, it used to be £77 and it is going to be £82.50. So from this analysis, this quick analysis, you can see that the percentage increase is between 6 to 7.25. Now that's the end of my breakdown to the changes for the cost. I hope it will not affect you too much and you're able to still do your passport application easily and okay. I wish you all the best, and if you found this video useful, then please subscribe to our channel. That's a good way of encouraging us and showing us some love. Till next time, keep living, loving, and laughing. Bye.